Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Castle Shimigami 2 on the Japanese Sega Dreamcast. As you can see, it's my latest CRT set in action here, the JVC high resolution monitor. And I've got a really weird capture setup. I've actually got two tables stacked upon each other. In the middle section is the microphone, on top lies the camera, and of course my beer of choice. And you would already know that if you were following the official Facebook page for this channel, which is Stellar Boxhead. So if you want to add me on there, feel free to do just that. So I kind of decided just to set up a different account to my personal account. So if you were on my personal account, you'd probably find I've removed you and added you to the Stellar Boxhead one instead, because that's going to be more gaming related, and I want to keep, gaming and my real life views and opinions on other matters separate. I just think it's for the best, to be honest. Not that I've got any radical views, or anything like that, but it just saves a lot of confrontation and argument, in my opinion. And it's not what I'm looking for in regards to YouTube. I've always kind of considered YouTube and Facebook a separate entity, to be honest, but obviously social media has become more and more important over the years, and now I'm kind of part of groups like Galaxy Sega and the CRT Collective. It's nice to be able to add people and accept friend requests without having to jeopardise personal information of not only yourself but your friends and their family, their children, etc, etc. So as I say, I'm not going to be one of them people who's going to be going on about it every single video. But it's just a heads up. If you're interested, if you've got one and you want to share something with me, that's the best place to catch me. In regards to, posts and photos, that kind of stuff. Obviously, I shall still be here on YouTube, probably the site I spend the most time on out of any on the internet. This is a pretty cool shooter. It's made even better by the fact that I can now play it in Tate mode. And this monitor, I played on this all night last night. It's outstanding. Absolutely bloody outstanding. Picture quality is sublime. It is so sharp. I don't know how well it's going to come across with the capture. Obviously I'm just using some decade old web camera, but it truly is a stunning picture. And this stand, I've just totally landed on my feet here. Unbelievable. So you've also got this move as well as a bomb and various other things. There's quite a few different gameplay mechanics. There's a wide array of characters, a huge cast with different attributes and shot types and bomb types and all that kind of thing. There's various different gameplay modes that I probably don't understand because the majority of the text that describes anything like that is in Japanese. Still, you can play a shooter without needing to understand the lingo. Playing on the Dreamcast arcade stick here. Nearly bought some Sanwa modified arcade Dreamcast sticks on eBay. The seller was a little bit reluctant in providing photos because I wanted to see the internal workings, to see how things have been done. Eventually we did manage to obtain a photo. I wasn't 100% convinced that they were brilliant. I know it's not an easy mod to do, the Dreamcast arcade stick mod, because you've got to make the buttons bigger. The Sanwa buttons are 30mm and the joystick doesn't fit to the original housing, so you need to make some modifications there. It looked to me like the guy had made a pretty decent job of sorting the buttons out, but I wasn't too sure how he managed to fix the stick itself, and it wasn't the cheapest of things, so I decided to give it a miss in the end. Because on the internal shot it almost looked like the joystick was in slightly twisted to me. And when something costs a fair bit of money like that, a joystick, I'd rather have a go with it, get a feel for it, because you just don't know how it's been treated, do you? if it's anything like the people I know, a game of Street Fighter resembles more a game of track and field, which is part of the reason why I stopped introducing my friends to arcade sticks. I usually keep it to myself, or if someone actually comes over and who knows what they're doing, you know, they know how to throw a fireball, etc, etc. Nothing worse than seeing somebody destroy an arcade stick, especially in today's markets where these things are not exactly inexpensive. So hopefully me grabbing my beer isn't going to make too much noise. So you get a little bit of chatter between characters here. Haven't got a clue what they're saying. He seems to sound reasonably calm, so I presume it's nothing too strenuous. Yeah, oh, as you see, you lose your coins when you get hit, and a bit like Siberia, when you get close to the bullets, your firepower actually increases. Yeah, I played a lot of this last night. I played a lot of Neo XYX. I played a lot of that Carouse game as well. I really got into that. Pretty simple, but actually gutted because at Christmas I seen that on eBay. It sold for about 35 quid. Really decent price. I kind of wish I picked it up now. I'm sure it was that. Maybe it was Radigy, which I think is pretty similar. But yeah, now I've got this Tate monitor, or this Tate setup. Really looking forward to going through all my games that actually have Tate modes, because they are a bit lacklustre when you're playing on a Yoko setup. You don't feel like you're getting the full experience. I want to bang out the bomb. We've not seen any of it, but we'll have a look at it now. So this is just the normal mode, and it seems fairly easy. Stick it on extreme mode, you'll find it's a lot more difficult. Hell of a lot more bullet patterns. Yeah, these sort of bullet patterns is like level 1 on extreme. But it's nice. I like the fact a lot of these shooters have all these different options and modes. You know, you get a chance to go through the game and see a fair amount of it, or you can really challenge yourself and, you know, go for the massive fields of bullets. There's some decent Tate shooters on the Dreamcast. Certainly I've got some good ones on the Saturn. Looking forward to playing things like Gunbird, Layer Section, Sonic Wings Special. I think there's another one I've got. Slips to mind at the moment. Always look nice, the old Saturn shooter ups, obviously the 240p. But I mean, this set, it makes 480i look sexy. I'm not even joking. And I've not experienced that before with television. Now, usually you can look at 480i and start picking faults, but I don't know. You're hard pushed to find many with this set, I've got to be honest. I am pretty blown away. I mean, the colours, just crazy, just crazy. This isn't RGB SCART, this is S-Video. I tell you what, you can get the most keen eyes in the world round here. If they didn't look at the back, I think they'd be questioning whether it was or whether it wasn't. So I think I'm going to leave it there anyway. Don't want to make it a massive video. This is a pretty cool game, well worth checking out. I think it's available on various formats, including the GameCube. And I shall leave it there, so thanks for watching. Hopefully upload some more videos soon.